Plaintiff Sean LeMay says he and the defendant moved in together 3 months after they started dating. And soon after, Sean caught the defendant at a club dancing with another man. Sean claims the defendant vandalized his home, so he's suing for damaged property and a bill. Defendant Royce McLean says he and Sean started having problems after he found text messages between Sean and his ex-boyfriend. Royce is countersuing for the cost of a TV.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I met Royce at the beginning of January. We met, hanging out. We started dating. We really got close. Things were moving fast. We decided to move in with each other, which I thought, well, I think now is a big mistake.
What month?
We moved in, well, he moved in with me in March.
What was that like?
I think like I said, I think it was a big mistake, and that's when the relationship really started going downhill.
Not right away.
He wanted to start going out to the club, hanging out at night, coming in at 5 a.m. in the morning, just disrespectful.
What did he tell you he was doing at 5 a.m.?
At the after hours.
Okay.
I ended up catching him at the after hours spot, and I saw Royce dancing on someone.
Your Honor, that was after we broke up.
Lap dancing type, you saying?
No.
Well, no, the guy
just
was
kind of sexy
the guy
dancing
was,
next to him. I'm just trying to understand.
The guy was in front of him. The
The
guy was in front of him dancing. He was in his pants and all in his ear. Okay. I approached them, and then I was like, Royce, what are you doing? Him and his friend were both shocked because his best friend was standing right beside him while he was dancing on the dude, or the dude was dancing on him. So we then go outside, try to defuse the situation because I wasn't going to cause a scene in the club. Mm-hmm. I then told him to come, to the house, get his 2 dogs and his stuff and leave my apartment. He left for like 4 days, he came back, and then I realized, it's just not gonna work out. Yeah. It's not gonna work out, and
you all broke up permanently around that time?
Yes.
All right, let me hear from you, sir.
How you doing, sir? We met back in January, like he said. We moved in March. Everything was going well. I was at work one day, Sean texted me stating that he didn't want to be with me anymore, just because
you need to tell the truth for us.
It was
don't
situations where
that's not the truth on this. Don't do that.
It was
be
situations
truthful.
where he was talking to a guy that I knew nothing about, and I told him I didn't feel comfortable with their conversation.
What type of things were they saying?
I'm not sure.
He could be bragging about you.
It was uncomfortable.
Could have been bragging on you. You calling me? No, stop calling me. I got Royce. Royce is all right. I'm really into Royce, or I really love Royce, so stop calling me. Could have been that.
So
you don't know what they talked about.
When the guy first came about, Sean was actually in the shower, and he called and he had me answer the phone for him and put it on speaker. When they got the phone,
he's willing to let you hear what the man has to say.
But after they got off the phone, he went straight into explaining who the guy was. I didn't ask questions. He started explaining who they was. He never once said they dated.
Wanted to make you comfortable, right?
Yeah, he never once said they were dated. He said that they was friends. Now, I went through Sean's phone and I seen messages in there where they was talking about their past, basically rekindling everything on when they did that.
Rehashing or rekindling?
I looked at it like rekindling.
It indicated they were interested in getting back together?
Yeah.
No, sir.
He said that they stopped talking last year and everything was talked about where they wasn't interested in each other and they were just gonna be friends. If it's just a friendship, all that should have been left in the past. It should have never been in the messages that I seen recently. So we ended up seeing each other at the club one night and he tried to introduce us. Mm-hmm. And when he came over there, he barely spoke. And I told him I didn't feel comfortable with that. It showed me right then and there that it was more to the story in the text messages than what you telling me.
That's because he didn't want to socialize with you or talk to you?
Right. Yeah, the guy, because it's if y'all just friends and he's mentioning me hey, where's your boyfriend? I want to meet him. But then when you meeting him.
Sir, I've been married 33 years. Started going with my wife 4 years before that. 37 years. If she tried to introduce me to her ex right now, 37 years later, I want to meet him.
And I said the same thing.
What do you want to meet him for?
I said I didn't want to meet him.
Tell me one concrete thing you came to learn that they had said to each other indicating they were rekindling.
Well, later on, Sean went to a party that he didn't invite me to. Later on, I seen Sean's Snapchat, and he was snapping the room, and there was a guy next to him. And I later on asked him, who is this guy? He was like, oh, this is, I'm gonna call him Donnie. He was like, this is Donnie. And I was like, oh, the guy that you used to talk to, he was like, yes.
Ooh, you're so jealous. You put it on him, huh? Lord have mercy.
A lot of hypotheticals.
Yeah. You can't step out the door. The man can't step out the door without sleeping with another man. What about what he caught you doing? Twerking or getting twerked on? What about that?
That was when I was single. We wasn't together. Even though we stayed there,
You all had just...
we broke up for a week. That's a long time.
And 5 days later, you
So
get
that gives
twerked
you-
on.
That's a long time.
It's a long
And Your Honor, that was the same guy.
Let's get to what you're
that-
suing him for, sir. The
I'm
phone
suing him
bill and the
for-
phone.
I'm suing him for, the cell phone charges that he disputed in between the times that we broken up, that he disputed from his bank account.
Disputed?
He disputed it, so he took it off from his bank.
Got
He
it.
disputed
You
it.
told
It
him-
came from
okay.
my...
Got it.
Exactly. So, and a phone that he broke. The iPhone 8 Plus that he broke, he threw at me and it broke. And then also damaged the property to my home.
Disputed the bill and got his money back. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
All right. And that was how much?
That was $228.
228. And the next was what occurred?
He broke iPhone 8 Plus.
How, when, and why?
Well, me and Royce, we agreed to meet each other. At this time we were broken up. We agreed to meet each other to exchange each other's belongings. So he came. He said he's gonna have the sheriffs with him, the police or whatever. He brought the police, and I was like, okay, you got my phone. He had my phone. So I went in and got this stuff, cable boxes, and I'm finna get to the point to where this TV comes in place. He had a TV there that he gave to me.
I did not give you
He
that
gave me the
TV.
TV. He gave me the TV, and then he wants to dispute those charges. I'm like, no, sir, you're not finna come and then dispute them charges. Think you're gonna come and get the TV and your cable boxes. I let him have the cable boxes. Okay, cool. But you threw the phone at me and broke it. No, sir.
Okay. He threw the phone and broke it. How much was that?
The phone is $7.99.
$7.99. And what was the other?
Your Honor, I had came home from out of town at my mom's house, and it was late Sunday night. I can't remember the date per se, but I came home, I opened my door, my house was trashed.
What things were destroyed?
The TV was destroyed, my furniture was destroyed, rug that he knew that I loved was destroyed, clothes were missing, clothes were destroyed. He took my passport, he took some shoes, and he also took the phone back that was broken.
When you spoke with him about it, what did he say?
I hit him up and I said, Royce, just tell me the truth. I know you broke into my home. Tell me the truth, so we can settle this, the right way. At first he denied. I buckled down on him. I said, Royce, please tell me the truth. I already know you did it. I met up with Royce and he told me the truth. He told me that he broke into my house because he was hurt.
And what were the total expenses for that? You have a list there?
Yes, sir.
Let me hear from you, sir.
We came to agreement that he's going to give me my TV back that my mom purchased me when we went to St. Louis. And I was going to give him his phone back. It was supposed to be an even exchange.
First, you're talking about the phone bill.
Oh, the phone bill?
Yeah, the phone bill. He said you had $228 phone charge reversed.
Yes, I did reverse the payments for the phone because I felt like at the time we were throwing shots at each other. And
Okay. So we know that you did that intentionally and illegitimately. Next, $7.99 for the phone itself. Tell me about this incident.
so when I went to go exchange the phone for my belongings, we made an agreement that he was going to give me my TV and my cable boxes. And I was going to give him his phone back. Now, when we got there, he gave me the cable boxes, and I was like, okay, what about my TV? And he said, what TV? I don't have a TV of yours. And I'm like, really? Sean, just give me my stuff, let's walk away, peacefully. And he was like, I don't have your TV. So I went back to my car, and I was like, I don't have a phone. And the cop came and said, since I said on the recorded line that I had the phone, I had to give it back. And at the time, I felt like that he was taking everything from me. From me giving up my space, getting put out at 4 o'clock in the morning with 2 dogs, 2 big dogs with nowhere to go.
Because of your actions.
We were single. And at the same time, I was paying money in a place that I was staying. I shouldn't have been put out of a place where I'm paying my money, especially at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, when Sean said that he didn't have my belongings, that really made me mad, and I threw the phone. I was angry, and I threw the phone to the ground.
What about breaking in his house?
That, when that happened, it was solely out of spite. Just because I felt like everything that was transpiring, like I was at my wit's end. Like, he had a sheriff looking for me in my job after we came to agreement that we wasn't gonna take anything to court. I was intoxicated. I went out that night to the after hours, as he call it. And after I left the after hours, I went and vandalized the place.
All right, so you're admitting it. And your counterclaim, $1,102, is for what? How does he owe you for the cost of television?
This is the TV here showing that my mom purchased it.
Let's see it, please.
And this here is showing where he said that he was going to give me my TV back.
Sir?
I said I was going to give his TV back before he disputed those charges, and I do have messages with him saying he don't want the TV anymore.
Let's see it. Sir, did you tell him that? If so, why? Why'd you tell him you didn't want it anymore?
Because we both came to agreement that we wasn't going to take this to court, that we was going to walk away.
No, that's what
I
we
don't see
agreed
that
on when
part.
you broke the phone.
It's in the...
I'm taking you to court because you broke my phone.
It's in the second page that I gave the officer.
I wasn't trying to take things to court. You chose that, and that would have you under stealing because I had my mom send me a receipt for the purchase of it. So you can do what you want. You got your phone. That's all that mattered, right? Yeah. I think whatever he was saying it in a state of emotion about him wanting his television back. So I'm not going to let this one sentence of, I don't care, just keep the TV while his heart is hurting and he's upset. I'm not going to allow you to keep the television based on that one sentence that he stated during a time of whatever you want to, however you want to characterize it, breakup, mourning, emotional distress, or what have you. I will grant you your judgment, $2,413 for the vandalism, for everything you've asked for, you get. And on the other hand, so does he, $1,102. It was his television. You're going home with more, but you do the math and determine. All right, have a good day. I know what it is. You do the math. Have a good day.
I'm glad everything is just all settled. I wish him the best of luck.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He's a great actor. This whole show thing was a mess. But I do wish him well on everything, and I'm just glad to be over.